Hey, hello everyone, it's Matt DeWolf, Editor-in-Chief of Car Wash Magazine, and your host on this episode of Car Wash Magazine Live. Today we're coming to you live from Car Wash Magazine Studios here in Minneapolis. That just sounds fun to say. This is just my basement, you guys. It's not that spectacular. But we're going to make it Car Wash Magazine Studios because we want to. So, first things first, I'm super excited for this episode, everybody, because I've been waiting since like the end of February to actually go visit a wash. And in this episode, we actually got to go out, visit a wash in Illinois, and see firsthand kind of what's going on. So super fun. We've got that coming up for you later in the program. But first, I want to go through just a couple of things with you. Number one, I've been seeing a lot of chatter on Talk Car Wash around career opportunities, jobs, people searching for stuff, people looking for postings. I want to remind everybody that Car Wash, there's a Car Wash Career Center. It's can't even say the link today. Careers.carwash.org. It's easier to say when you just go with it, right? So careers.carwash.org. It's a great place for you to both find career opportunities and to post opportunities that you might have for others. So check that out. The postings there are free until October 1st. All right, so the other thing I want to talk about real quick, you'll notice that I am wearing my ICA swag today. I do still want your swag. Make sure you send that in. Let's go to the swag cam real quick. I just want to show you how that table is filling up. It's looking nice. That's super cool. Remember to send me your swag. I'll take it. I will wear it. I will promote you, and I will be forever and eternally grateful. Today's guest did send me his swag, so that's good. So we've got a nice WashU towel here. Send me his swag. He didn't have to send it to me. I got it when I was on location. It was amazing. And then we've got some wristbands, which are great little marketing tools for folks to wear those around, give them to kids, and they wear them around and get word-of-mouth advertising for your wash. So cool swag coming from WashU. Now, I'm going to show you guys a video that really needs no introduction. Y'all, you're welcome. You're welcome for that. I mean, who doesn't love a great beard video? What am I saying? A beard video. Yeah, we just showed you a beard video because there are a lot of great people in this industry who, during COVID, have decided to just go with the flow and grow it out. So kudos to everybody for submitting your beard photos and your great stuff. Thanks for sending those. We'll keep doing stuff with all the quirky and all the fun and all the entertaining as long as you guys keep sending it in. So thank you for that. My favorite part of the program most weeks is this joke time. So here we go, everybody. Are you ready for the joke? I hope you are, because I am. All right, so today's joke is, when is a car not a car? When it turns into a driveway. Hey! See, I mean, they can't all be good. They can't all be good. But you all are stuck with my jokes until you send me yours. Send me your jokes at mdewolf@carwash.org. So saving me from myself, as always, is our guest on this program, Mike Timmer with WashU. Mike, let's bring you on. Welcome to the program. Oh, we might have lost Mike. There he is. He's coming back a little bit. Mike, do we have you? We do not. Let's we're gonna punt a little bit here. We've got some technical difficulties going on with Mike right now in his internet connection, but I'm gonna jump around a little bit.
Thanks for having me.
I'm gonna jump around a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and roll this tour, the live tour I was talking about with Mike, and we'll come back and get him some questions from you all here in a minute.
Thanks for having me. Can you hear me?
Okay, so Mike, here we are. We're standing outside your wash in Burbank, Illinois. Busy location, lots of traffic going on. I'm super excited because guess what? This is a real tour. It's a real thing. We're like in person. I can see you. So tell me a little bit about this location and like this traffic pattern and how you all get onto the property. It's a little bit funky.
Yeah, so when we designed this property, we're obviously trying to maximize each area to the best we could. So as you're coming off Cicero, there's actually two entrances. You can come in through this way to the back vacuum parking lot, or we do our best to direct you onto 84th Street because this is a side street that's open to us.
Okay, which is nice.
At the very far end is where you do enter the parking lot.
Which is kind of nice because that way you keep them out of this immediate space, and you get them. They can just kind of flow naturally around to the back before they come into the tunnel.
So it actually, this is almost free range to us. So it does add for stacking in
that's nice.
The busy season.
Yeah, that way nobody's coming out onto the main street. You don't have any of those problems, which is huge.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so stacking. Let's go talk about stacking.
Yes,
let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, Mike, so here we are. We just came around the facility. We're now standing in your XPT lanes.
Yep.
I see 3 XPT lanes. I see room for 1 car, like not very far away. And there's 2 tunnels.
Correct.
So that math doesn't add up. Well, like, what's going on? Yeah, how's that work? I'm like, my mind's blown. I don't understand.
We utilize a software that actually is able to monitor each vehicle. So when that customer pays and that tenders the sale, that camera up there boxes out that vehicle and will monitor that vehicle as they go from 1 lane and then split to 2 lanes. So almost like a shell game.
Yep.
It's based on touch points and how that reacts through the software. So it'll follow that vehicle and rearrange the queuing based on that shell, call it. And when they hit a certain split point, when they choose their tunnel of choice, it'll auto queue that tunnel, and the loader will know. They'll have a photo of that car coming in,
so they can match that up.
They can match it up. And in the event the queue happens to be off, they can quick rearrange it, and off the customer goes. So it makes it very easy. Allows them to pick their tunnel and really enjoy the experience.
Which is the only way. I mean, with the distance that you have, you've got a lot of distance this way to be able to kind of queue up.
Yes.
But as you get in here and get stacked, that transition into the wash is really, really hard. And the only way you can do that is with technology to make it more efficient, right?
Yeah. So this property, when we had to take off 20 feet from the building because this was a banquet hall. So we took off 20 feet. And then we had to make the turn to make the turning radiuses for trucks and vehicles.
Gotcha.
How this came together was a fun project. But I mean, when that customer pays, they can funnel down to 1 lane, and then when they get to that split point, they can say, hey, I'd like tunnel 1 or I'd like tunnel 2. I'm going to go there, and then the camera will auto queue each tunnel based on which one they choose.
That's so nice. It keeps you don't. That way, you also don't have employees running all over the lot right here, right?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah. So, like I said, if you like this one better than the other one, you can do that.
Go wherever you want.
Yeah. You can go wherever
we
you
got
want.
you. Awesome. All right. Let's go around the front. Let's check out these dual belts, and I'm gonna pick which one's my favorite.
You got it.
All right. Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, Mike, so here we are. We're at the front of the wash. We've got a double tunnel, but it's a double belt tunnel.
Double belt tunnel.
Why?
Well, why not?
All right, you got me. You got me there.
Yeah.
But you made the choice for some reason.
We did make the choice.
So why?
Well, we're selling a customer experience, so a few reasons. It allows to process vehicles a lot quicker, and then it also allows for that customer to enjoy pulling on with that room from a traditional conveyor.
Yeah, and for you all, it helps, right? If they've got a wider back wheel, they've got a double wheel wells, they can get on there, and not a lot of problems for you guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for them to be able to maneuver through and get on the belt correctly. So the customer seems to enjoy that a lot more, and that's what we're going to make sure they enjoy.
Nice. Well, let's take it from here, and let's go see what actually happens inside the dual belt tunnel.
Let's go.
All right. So walk me through what happens inside the tunnel.
Yeah, so as the customer pulls onto the belt, they always start with the pre-soak and the lava bath. And then when they get through the first set of wraps, they'll go into the tri-foam and then into the high pressure arch, which will clean the rims, the underbody, and the top half of the vehicle. And then once they're done with the actual high pressure rinse, they'll go into the carnauba wax, and then through a emitter rinse and through the sealer waxes.
And then from there, you go into the drying chamber.
The drying chamber. Yeah, so after they get through the final rinse and the spot-free rinse, they'll go into the drying chamber, which will, we've got two 950,000 BTU heaters in each drying chamber, that assists with the drying process, and then through the tire shine and off they go.
All right, so we're out of the tunnel. Two 90-foot tunnels each here, 75-foot on the actual belt system. What's the experience like once you get out of the tunnel for customers? What do you do next?
So customer has the option to pull up to one of the 24 vacuum stalls, vacuum out their car for free. And then if they choose to, we have mat beaters and we have a vending as well. So anything to continue helping them through that wash process and enjoy being here.
Yeah, it's all about extending that WashU experience.
It's all about extending the WashU experience.
There it is, there it is. All right, so the only thing I have not seen, and then everyone else will want to see, is the equipment room. Where's the back room? Let's go. I feel very special because this is a WashU employees only entrance.
Yep.
Goes right into the back room. However, I cheated and I went in already and I looked, and it seems like you're missing a few things. Like, what's up with the stairs?
Well, let's go see.
All right, show me. Let's go.
Everything you can imagine.
All right, so super cool equipment room. Now I understand why there are stairs, but I'm left with a question, because I always have questions. How do you get stuff up there?
Well, we use a cage hoist. So as our chemical deliveries come in, we actually load up the cage and it goes up like an elevator. So we hoist it upstairs.
That makes sense.
It's the only way to do it.
It's the only way to do it. You don't want to roll those things up the steps, or oh, you know what? You could go world's strongest man and flip them, right? Or CrossFit those things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got it. Hey, so fun to be able to see your site. I'm so excited to be able to actually do it in person. Thanks for showing us around today. Super awesome.
Thank you guys for coming. But I gotta go. So do you mind locking up on your way out? Thanks, Matt.
All right, everybody, that was a tour of WashU in Burbank, Illinois with Mike Timmer. We've got Mike Timmer back here in the out of the green room and ready to rock and roll now for some questions and answers. So if you have questions, put them in the Facebook feed here, and we'll get to those questions for you and give you some responses. I've got my own set of questions first. So first of all, Mike, welcome to the program, glitch free. Here we are.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for having me.
Hey, man, that's what yeah, Comcast always likes to cut out right at the most important times, right?
Oh, you never know.
Hey, so we went out of order. That's okay. We got to see an amazing site, but let's back way up. Let's talk a little bit about what WashU is and what you all do as a company.
Yeah, so WashU was started back in 2016 by my dad and two of our other partners, Don and Craig. And we started with one location, and then we grew to our second one and opened our second one about 10 weeks later. So it's back to back. And then current day, we have 4 locations and about 2 more ready to go, ready to break ground here very soon.
So you've got so 2 are in the hopper. So you've got 4, 2 in the hopper right now. Okay, cool. So let's back up even further. How in the world did you end up in the car wash industry?
I was in college, and my dad was he's always loved cars and car washing. I grew up being forced to wash my car in our driveway, believe it or not, which is a no-no now.
Yeah.
But I used to get grounded when I wouldn't wash my car on the weekend. This is before we were in the industry, so. Came out of college. He had the idea to start up a quick lube and express wash back in 2005, 2006. And I always learned well by just being hands-on. So I came out of college and started wrenching drain plugs, changing oil, and then eventually moved over to the wash side, which is the same thing on site. And that's just kind of where it all started. I love the car wash industry. I love everything about the moving parts, the customers, the people. So since then, I've been at it 15 years.
So tell me a little bit, over that time, 15 years of involvement in this industry, you all are doing pretty well with the four locations that you have. You're looking at expanding more. What's been key kind of in that path to the success you all have seen, or what are maybe some things that, if I'm an operator that's maybe got one or two sites and I want to get to where you guys are, what's been key for you all to help get you there?
You know, a big part of it is making sure you're creating a memorable customer experience. So that way, when your customer leaves, they know what they came for. They really enjoyed it from the second they pulled on site to when they were greeted to loaded and then exiting, whether they're leaving to go out, hit the road or, pull into the vacuums, that they felt good about it. They remember it. It was comfortable and inviting. So that way they want to come back next time when they think about a car wash. So um, keeping that is very important for us. And then just the details, making sure on site the details that the customer may not notice, but we notice, that brings that experience all together, from signage to branding to our friendly faces with our teams greeting them when they're pulling up. So that's been a huge aspect of what's been able to keep us successful where we're at today.
Well, I know another big piece of just kind of anybody's success in this industry is making sure that you engage in and stay connected to the broader car wash community, right? And I know you have a very specific group that you're part of that we've talked about on the show before. Can you tell us a little bit about leadership worth following?
Yeah, so I'm involved with a group of individuals that it's called Leadership Worth Following. We're always bouncing ideas off each other, and then we meet every year or twice a year to do a conference. And actually, in this upcoming conference, November 1st, we're going to be down in Birmingham, Alabama, and it'll be a chance for other operators to come down for the first and meet with us, a group of individuals who are looking to discover actionable items to help get insight to create positive impacts within their own company. Sorry, I'm like a tongue twister there, but we're here to answer questions, help out those who may need some help with their own companies, and then be able to go back and deploy those suggestions from operators from one operation to a couple hundred operation unit stores. So we're always here to help. We enjoy working with individuals, and then if you have questions regarding our conference coming up on the November 1st, jump over to our Leadership Worth Following / or hashtag LWF, and we can answer any questions, or you can get insight on what's going on in that group. So exciting to see those who show up. And if you have any questions, just check us out on our Facebook page.
Yeah, I weaseled my way into that group. Somehow they let me in, so I really appreciate the sharing and the kind of leadership ideas that come out of that, and just things that I think are really helpful for operators and even people on the equipment side in this industry to just kind of think about every day, whether that's the way that you're training your people or just little details that you might need to do that are like good examples of what leadership looks like. I think that that's really helpful just to kind of get inspiration. So I love that. That's cool. I'll have to look at. I'll see if you guys will let me come to the program in November. I know space is limited, so I may not make the cut since I don't actually have a car wash. But
Well, I'll give you one of the WashU shirts.
There you go. Yeah, I'll fit right in. It'll be fine. Hey, let's come back to the tour that everybody saw. So, obviously, we were at a location with double belts, double tunnels. It was a really cool location. You are all in on a hashtag belt life, right? So, tell me, yeah, if I'm looking at belts, right, and I'm wondering like, should I do belt or should I do chain conveyor? Like, what was it for you specifically that kind of moved you towards belts versus a more traditional chain conveyor?
Well, way back, I don't know that I had a choice in the beginning. When the idea first came to us, I don't know, man, it was probably 10 years ago now. My dad who's good friends with Willie at AVW, are like, hey, we're going to do a belt. This is a new location. It's going to be great. And I was like, it was new to me. And I was like, there's no way this is going to work. I was like, I don't like the idea of it, anything about it. And then, as I said, I didn't really have a choice at the time, but long story short, I wouldn't look back and go the other way, but for our own reasons. But the biggest one is just keeping the customer experience. It's smooth, it's easy to transition, it's comfortable for those pulling on. There's a number of reasons that we feel it's we're belt life moving forward. But the maintenance side of it, everyone has their own opinion.
Yeah.
But for us, we enjoy being able to do a lot of it topside versus having to get into the trenches and get really dirty as far as when you have to do a chain of rollers. So
Now, I know when
after the program about that, but
yeah.
it's a big thing for us.
Well, and I know when belts were first coming online here, a lot of the conversation was around longevity, right? Because it was a new product and nobody knew how long they were going to last. And admittedly, probably the first ones were iterative, right? And they were trying to figure it out. So, are there any concerns? I mean, do you guys see any maintenance concerns or any kind of like longevity issues with what you all are running?
Right now we use all ABWs, so I can't speak for the STI belt. Heard great things. Our preference is ABW. We've had a long-standing relationship with them. So, when they first came out, there's a lot of learning curves, I think, and I think that maybe the challenge with the bad rap that some may have over it is you're learning a different piece of equipment versus the chain and roller that you may be used to for years. So, getting over that learning curve, understanding how it works, how it moves, what to look for, can be challenging at first, but it's very easy once you move forward from there. And especially over the years, you've changed from different sprocket sizes to the longevity of the glide plates. And a lot of it comes down to your installer as well, making sure that your installer is putting the frame in right. Also that you have the rollout correct as far as when they are getting off the belt. So there's a lot that comes into play that may or may not give it a good, that gives it a good rap, but also can create challenges if your rollout pitch is incorrect, if it was installed incorrectly. But all in all, it's a great thing to have for customers moving forward. And then just with new car technologies, as far as how they're auto parking themselves, et cetera. We feel that it's going to be a big thing in the future, and it's obviously you can see now as everyone's starting. A lot of operators are starting to see the light as far as the benefits of having one.
So let's shift gears a little bit. We're still going to talk belts, but I want to. We do have a question that came in from Facebook around belts and kind of related to technology, right? So, do you find with your belt conveyor that you rely more on things like no pileups kind of programs to kind of help you with that process?
We do use no pileups. Yep. So before we did, right when we started belts, we didn't have a no pileups program in place. It wasn't even around at that time. But as we've grown our locations and our sites have gotten busier, we implemented all no pileups at our locations, and it's been a huge impact. Just tracking and understanding the vehicles when they're in the wash. So, when they're in the wash and they're on the belt, they're stationary. They're on call it a magic carpet ride, the best way I like to describe it. But when they get to the exit, they have to free roll out. So if that vehicle is in park or they're holding the brake, whatever it may be, right at that exit point, the no pileups program does step in and it eliminates that concern. So from that, that side of it, but then, you never know what a customer is going to do in the middle of it. Could be a belt, could be a chain of roller, whatever it may be. There's some always an interesting scenario depending on what's going on in the customer's vehicle. But if they're FaceTiming while they're in the wash, I don't know. But it allows for better training programs with your teams to understand, is it an equipment issue? Is it a load on issue with your team? So when you're able to review those stops and those videos from the no pilot side of it, you can really start to understand and dial in, what's going on and how to minimize those actions.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I feel like at some point in the future of this program, we're gonna have like a security camera segment that's just like all the all the crazy stuff that happens inside the tunnel and outside the tunnel too, for that matter.
It would be pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. The So let's stay on the technology track. I know that at the specific Burbank site that we were at, you took that technology piece a step further, right, with the whole queuing system. So things like that, things that you all are willing to try. What else are you kind of watching in the tech space, or what are you maybe kind of considering in the back of your mind that you all need to be prepared for as you kind of look forward to what's around the corner?
Yeah, so Burbank was a unique site, and without the video queuing that we have there, we wouldn't have been able to effectively run that site. So putting that technology in place was huge. But as we move forward, there's a lot of interesting things going on. We excuse me, we have we've been monitoring the LPR and the kind of evolution of that, and as it gets better and better, not just for monthly membership programs, but also to really understand the data that we have already and how to effectively deploy that to the customer. So if you're
Yeah,
understanding, what we get excited about now is, and what Suds Creative is really kind of just open your mind to is how do you use that data that you have, and then how do you sell that customer? So if it's you pulling on site and you're used to buying $8 wash, how do we upsell you? How do we get you into a membership? What do you like buying and what day it is? So there's a lot of cool, exciting things going on in the back end that we've got our eyes on, and we're working through the deployment of those. But you know, it's a big thing on our radar right now, and I'm sure it is for a lot of operators.
yeah. I think the more that we can open our minds to the reality that is the sheer amount of data that is out there on us, and on and on our customers, and ways that we can leverage that to help both, one, right, like provide a better experience for the customer, because that's what we're here for at the end of the day anyway.
Yeah.
But guess what? A side benefit of that is that by providing a better experience for them, we have additional revenue opportunities in that kind of chain of supply there, as they go through the process, to be able to get them to upgrade once more a month, or to wash one more time a month at your location. All those kinds of things come in play, because all of a sudden I feel like my local wash is talking directly to me. It's amazing.
Yeah. So at some point, we'll understand what you buy every time you come in, what upgrade you like, and how do we sell you on that upgrade or move you to a different direction? Do we move you into a bigger package? Do we move you to a monthly plan? What is that? But
Yeah.
you know, you have a lot of data already that you don't even understand. But now it's start to break it down and say, all right, these are the trends. How do you sell that? So um, for us, it's it's exciting. It's a whole different area of the car wash space that's been untouched kind of for years, but now it's starting to come to light. So it's something to keep an eye out for and start to really understand.
Hey, Mike, we could sit here and chat all day, but I know that at some point you do need to actually do some real work instead of
Yep.
sitting here talking to me. But I am going to ask you one more question before I let you off the hook here. I always want to know what gives you hope, or what keeps you positive about this industry?
Uh, it's the industry has been changing year by year, and it changes. It feels like every month now with technology and just kind of how everyone interprets their teams and their operations. But what gives me hope is that everyone's really focusing on how to grow their teams, how to create better experiences on site for their customers, and then also grooming, like I said, grooming your teams for the future, whether they're with you or not. Long term, at least you're setting them up for success while you guys are doing your day-to-day operations. So that's a big positive thing for me, or us, I should say. We come into work hoping and really promoting that every day. So good things to come, but support of our families and making sure our teams are safe and healthy is also another big thing. So
As we've said many a time on this program and many a time in conversations at the different car wash events over the years, it always comes back to the people.
Yeah.
Always.
You know, the leadership worth following group has really kept me on my toes. And I think we all keep each other on our own toes just to say, all right, are we doing this right? How do we do this? How do we make it better? And let's just keep pushing our teams to, really be successful and grow internally so our companies can continue growing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Mike, thanks for joining us today on the program. I'm going to let you get back to the business of washing cars, and we're going to go take a look at a sneak peek of the behind the scenes approach to the Car Wash the podcast episode for this week.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And those who all were listening today. So have a great day.
Yeah, so 100% of the money donated to St. Jude goes to the charity. It's very efficient, and what better cause is there than sick children? So everybody can associate with that.
Yeah. The if you can't get behind that cause, you don't have a heart, right?
Right.
What's going to happen is all of these dollars raised go to do something pretty amazing. And so at St. Jude, no child or family ever receives a bill for anything, treatment, travel, housing, or food, because all a family should worry about is helping their child live. And it doesn't matter your background, how much money you have in the bank account, your race, your creed, religion. We help all kids because we treat the toughest and the sickest kids in the entire world. And we're only able to do this because of companies like Motor City Wash Works and the car wash industry. And where we're going with this and getting more people involved is not only raising money, but I always tell people there could be a car wash, across the country from where St. Jude is. And, maybe a mom went through the wash that day and her child was just diagnosed with cancer and she sees the St. Jude logo on that wash and she thinks to call us. So there's such a bigger impact to this than just money. The awareness piece and getting people involved and spreading the mission literally could also help save lives.
Can you I'm getting goosebumps even just starting. I mean, I've got 3 kids and I can't even imagine that situation, but all right, so that what you just got a chance to see was a behind the scenes look at Motor City Wash Works and St. Jude's research hospital for children and what they do every year in terms of making a really big impact in the lives of children with cancer and those families. And so I think that that's a really cool story. I encourage you all to go out and make sure that you capture that full story. The full story is available for you right now at carwashthepodcast.com or wherever you might subscribe to your podcasts. So listen to that story. We also next week will have that same group of individuals on to talk about what's going on with their live auction event this year and how they've kind of flipped the script a little bit given the current global pandemic situation. So still a great opportunity for raising a lot of money for a really great cause. You can go out. I'm not going to say this URL, but you can see it underneath me right here. Go on out there, get yourself kind of ready. Get registered for the auction. Check it out. Check out all the items available. That's going to open up officially on Monday and run through next Friday. So get yourself out there. Remember that we are all in a position of great privilege and have a great opportunity here to make a big difference in a lot of people's lives. So I encourage you all to go check that out. All right, everyone. I am super, super stoked that we got to do that live tour. Super fun. Looking forward to many, many more of those. So if you have a wash that we need to come see, you got to let me know. If you know someone else's wash that we can go see, maybe your wash isn't the one. It should be the one. But maybe somebody else has a great wash and you want to point us in that direction, let me know. And we will make sure that we get them on our radar and get them highlighted on this program. One thing I did want to mention to you all before we peace out today, if you have not seen it, this is the latest issue of Car Wash, the magazine. If you did not get it, that means you are not currently a member of the association. And so make sure you go and get yourself signed up to be a member. That is the only way you can make sure you get all 4 issues of the magazine each year. And just a reminder too, membership is individual. So if you are a company and you have 20 people, all 20 people can be a member, and all 20 people can receive that magazine at whatever address they choose. So just a quick reminder on that front, friends. That's all I got for you this week. Remember, when you're out there, keep it clean.